Have you ever just known that your partner is cheating on you? You just know it. You feel it in your body. You just know something's off and you confront them and they totally deny it. Well, if you've ever had this happen to find out later that you were absolutely right, be sure to stick around because in this video, I'm going to dive deep into how to really discern the voices in your head, which is intuition and which ones are anxiety, so that you can fully trust yourself and your intuition. So if you're excited to dive in, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you really want to take your intuition to the next level, I invite you to apply for my online program, Other Side Channeling Academy, where I help empaths to overcome self-sabotage, trust their intuition without taking on lower vibrational energy so that they can discover their dharma. Let's dive right into discerning the voices in our head and which ones are our intuition and which ones are anxiety and how to know the difference. So let's take the partner cheating example, because this is something I actually experienced, and I hope that this doesn't happen for you and that by watching this video that hopefully you can prevent some future heartache. So I'm going to tell you the story to paint the picture and give you a little bit more background. So basically for me in this situation, I was in my 20s and it was my first kind of real boyfriend. And I just started to have this uneasy feeling that he and my best friend at the time were getting together. And what started happening for me is I started really just feeling uneasy in my body. I just felt like something was off. I was having reoccurring dreams, and it was really becoming like almost like an obsession. Like I knew something was wrong. And so eventually I worked up the courage and I asked them both, hey, is something happening here? Like I'm just getting the feeling that you guys are together. So what ended up happening is they both denied it, and I ended up feeling like a crazy person. So to make a long story short, the relationship eventually ended. I moved away, and I thought that was kind of that. In a crazy twist of fate, I ended up meeting someone who a few years later did not know my involvement with the two of them. And eventually they ended up telling me the whole story of what happened and how they had hooked up at this party and how he had this girlfriend, which was me. And they started the relationship together while he was still with me. So this complete basic stranger confirmed that I was absolutely spot on with my intuition. And this was a few years later. So what was really great for me about this story, though, and why I'm sharing it with you is because I learned so much from it in terms of how to trust the voice and how to know, okay, these are the feelings that really signal this is my intuition versus anxiety. So the first way that you can discern this, if this is ever happening to you or it's happening right now to you, is dreams. So if you're having reoccurring dreams, like in my case, that they were together, it's like a big red flag, like, hello, warning sign, like it's probably happening. Number two is really listen to the inner voice. So in my situation, it was just this knowing that I had inside that something was off. I just knew. I couldn't tell you how I knew. I just knew, and it did not feel right. So number three is to put your knowing and your feeling ahead of other people. So in my situation, I had two people who I really loved and trusted telling me that I was wrong when actually I was right. And so in that situation, I put them before me. And what I've learned from this is that's a no. So basically, moving forward, I really practice, and I teach my clients to practice this, to really put your own inner knowing, your own intuition. That voice comes first always, because no one else lives in this body but you. So no one else externally can tell you what's right for you. Only you know that, and your body actually has its own intelligence, and it's trying to protect you. So it's really important that we listen to it, and that external voices and external noises come second. Our internal voice comes first. So some really great ways to listen is to write it down. And so what I really like to do is write down the voices and what they're saying, that they're together. I'm having these dreams. This is what happened in the dream. I have this sick feeling in my stomach. I asked them, they both said no, but I still doesn't feel right to me. You know, get all this out on paper so you can actually see it in front of you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to write the other voices, that the voices that are doubting, or like, well, maybe they're right. Like, they're telling me this and I love and trust them. So how do I know if they're right or if I'm right? And basically, it's just good to write it all down. Just get it all out of your brain. And then the next thing is to really sit with go back and read it, and then you're going to really sit with it in your body and just see how each and every one feels. So this is really called body listening, and it's almost like your body has its own voice and is trying to tell you information that is possibly clouded by the thoughts that are in your mind. Tuning into the body's voice, which is also similar to the voice of your intuition and your higher guidance, and just seeing, how do I feel in my body with this when you ask each question. So are they telling the truth, or am I receiving the right answers internally? And just ask yourself and see how it feels. And if it's a whole body yes, and I've talked about whole body yes and whole body no before, this video right here, but if it's a whole body yes, it feels open. Your heart feels open. You feel safe. You feel calm. You feel peaceful. If it's a whole body no, you feel really constricted. You feel sick to your stomach. You're just like, no. So listening to your whole body yes or your whole body no is a super great indicator. If you have ever had this happen to you, where your intuition was right, but you went against it, go ahead and drop a yes in the comments. Another great tip I want to share with you is to write a list of all of the times your intuition has been right. And what this does is it helps you to go back in time and realize, oh my gosh, this was a time my intuition was right, so that you can learn to really trust it and move forward into the future with increased self-compassion, increased self-love, and really being able to speak your truth and stand up for yourself. So I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified. And also, if you want to dive deeper into finding out how you can work with me in my online program, Other Side Channeling Academy, be sure to click the link below to apply. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Namaste.